What is the best romance anime? Now, obviously last time we did this, but we did this with sports animes, which I love my sports animes, but as much as I love my sports animes, I love my romance animes even more. So, today we're going to go through my anime list from bottom to top on what I think are the best romance animes. So, at the very bottom of my list we have Say I Love You. Now, it's not bad. It's not bad. I've only given it a 4 because I didn't like the animation too much. I thought it was a little bit cringy. The guy's a bit cringy. The girl's fine, but yeah, I just didn't rate it very highly because I don't think it's that good compared to the other animes on this list, if you get what I'm saying. But it's at the bottom, and we'll see what is next. So next we have Masamune-kun no Revenge. So Masamune's Revenge, it's more of a rom-com than it is a romance specifically. It's more about the comedy side of it, which is good in some appearances. And in this, it does. It works really well. So this is one you got to watch. It ranked a little bit lower for me because I just didn't enjoy it too much. But for the fact of something that's enjoyable, short to watch, definitely something to figure out. Next, we have Nagi no Asarakara, or A Lull in the Sea. It's one of those things where it's a romance, but is it much of a romance? But it still is definitely somewhat of a romance. But it's enjoyable. It's on Netflix for any Australian watchers right now. But it's good. It's good. I mean, that's all I got to say. I don't want to ruin the story. The story is probably the best part about it. And it was on one of my saddest anime tier lists if you want to go check that out. But it's alright. Next we have My Little Monster. This one is a bit strange, but the concept and the way that they played out the characters I enjoyed a lot. Especially the main character. I thought he was fantastic. Well, I guess she's the main character, but the side character, he was fantastic. The way that they cut it off on a cliffhanger, fantastic. It's definitely one to watch. Not one of the best, but give it a watch. Ahare-san. It's a good one. She's adorable. I'm pretty sure she made a few memes with like her dancing and stuff, which I'll chuck up on the screen now. But Ahare-san is definitely one to watch. I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but I just kept coming back to them with the episodes. Like every time the episodes released, I just kept coming back and I couldn't help myself. Next we have My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex. I made a whole video on this. I'm not going to talk much about it because if you want to know about it, go watch the video. Don't mention to your friends that you've watched the video or the series, but I've already talked about it, so go check it out. Next we have one that's not quite a romance yet, but it's My Senpai's Annoying. It's one of the newer ones, but I enjoyed it a lot just for the fact that it's not more about high school this time. It's more about the adults, which is actually quite enjoyable. So go give it a watch. It's alright. Then after that, we have Surezure Children. I cannot pronounce, I'm sorry, I've talked about this before, but it's instead of it being more about one specific romance anime, it's multiple romance animes in the one 12-episode series. Really easy watch, really entertaining. You get really attached to all the different characters and their different relationships. Definitely one to watch. After that, we have My Dress Up Darling. Not quite a romance yet, but if you've seen the first season, it is definitely heading that direction. So keep watching it because it is phenomenal. And I know it's a bit of a weird one with the cosplay and the fan service, but you know, fan service ain't all that bad. After that, we have Over the Moon, which is actually one of my favourite series. I've read the manga as well as watched the anime series, and it is fantastic. The premise of it is I'm not going to ruin too much. 2 young adults get married really early without knowing each other, and they just progress into a really loving relationship, and it's fantastic, and it's got lots of twists, lots of turns, and definitely watch it. Give it a watch. It'll make you feel very, very wholesome. Next, we have My Teenage Romantic Comedy, or Snafu. It's a classic. Don't need to talk much about it. Go watch it. After that, though, we have one of my favorites, which is My Love Story. Big guy, small girl, dude's a bit of a dork. All the guys love him. Girls thinks he's ugly. He's phenomenal. He saves people's lives. He breaks out of burning buildings. Go watch My Love Story. It is one of the best things I've ever watched. I originally had it as a 10, but after rewatching it and watching some other ones, I had to bump it down a little bit just because there wasn't enough progression, but you have to watch it. After that, we have Toradora. Watched it on Netflix, read the manga, phenomenal stuff. The romance is one of those romances where it's like, I like this guy, you like that girl, let's work together to like them, but we ended up liking each other. So it's one of those things, but it works. After that, in a 9 out of 10 ranking for me, which is it's a new anime, not new, but it's new for the romance scene. It's Horimiya. Took the romance scene by storm. And Horimiya is just great. It's great. It's no dramas, no bullshit. Straight into the romance. Guy's a bit alternative. She's very independent. And it just works. The whole series works. And I enjoyed every single episode. And now we are moving on to my top 3 romance anime. Number 3, Silent Voice. more of a movie. Some people might not regard it as romance. It's definitely a romance. It'll make you cry. It'll make you feel. It was on my sad tier list. Go watch that one if you wanted some sad animes. And it's phenomenal. After that, we have one that's not quite a romance until it becomes a romance, but it was always a romance, but it never was a romance, and it's Your Lie in April. It'll make you like classical music. It'll make you cry. It was also on my sad anime tier list, and it was just phenomenal. Your Lie in April is one of those that you'll never forget about when you watch it. So as my number one, we have Clannad. More specifically, Clannad After Story. There's not much I've got to say about it. I will make a whole video on it, so I'll leave it till then. But for now, thank you for watching my top animes. Remember, watch more anime, buy more manga, watch more Rush. Cheers for watching.